Welcome to my presentation. As we wait for medical breakthroughs in technology for organ transplants, we currently find across the globe there is a shortage of donor organs for patients with end-stage organ disease. In most countries, organ donation is stagnant. Over the years, different approaches to increase organ donation have been attempted with little success. In this presentation, you will learn statistics and facts about organ transplants and donors, cost and incentives, pros and cons, and finally, ethic concerns. In 2016, the Global Observatory on Donation and Transplantation, or GODT, reported over 33,600 organ transplants performed in the United States. The report also presented the number of registered donors exceeds 134 million Americans, which 54% of the donors come from the United States adult population. As these numbers appear to be impressive for organ transplantation and organ donors, however, in 2017, the U.S. government information on organ donation and transplantation programs reported over 116,000 men, women, and children on the National Transplant Waiting List. Let's refer to the chart on the right-hand side of the screen. We can recognize a donor shortage as the number of people on the waiting list exceeds the number of donors and transplants performed in 2017. Facts about transplants and organ donation. 21 people die every day while waiting for a transplant. One organ donor can save 8 lives and change the lives of more than 50 people. Almost anyone can be an organ donor, regardless of age or medical history. All major religions in the U.S. support organ donation. Donors are needed for all races and ethnic groups. Transplant success rates increase when organs are matched between members of the same ethnic background. Most organ donations take place after the donor has died. Some organs and tissues can be donated from living donors. The out-of-pocket expenses associated with living donation ranges from $550 to $20,000. Living donors incur numerous direct and indirect costs while participating in the transplant process. The direct costs include travel expenses for appointments and hospitalization, lodging and meal costs for out-of-town appointments, and medical charges not covered by public or private insurance. Indirect costs consist of missed earnings during absences from paid work because of test appointments or hospitalization and the recovery process. Other expenses include hired caregivers and domestic hired help to assist the donor and the donor's family during the recovery process. There are various forms of incentives in practice today for organ donors. The Donor Awareness Trust Fund awards $300 to the families of organ donors to recover funeral expenses. The National Donor Assistance Center provides $6,000 for expenses incurred toward living organ donation. The U.S. government awards a commemorative medal to honor organ donors and their families. The Organ Donation Improvement Act awards grants for payment of travel and other expenses to living donors. The Help Organ Procurement Act allows for tax credits of $2,500 to qualified donors. There are arguments for and against the application of financial incentives in transplantation. The supporting arguments suggest the implementation of developing more financial incentives would and will produce an increased supply of organs. The donor and its family are only benefiting from the process, such as compensation for cost. And the motives cannot be considered unethical because they are based on saving patients' lives. Opposing arguments consist of a loss of unselfish donations. There is not a process set up for financial incentives for organ donation. For example, the resources for revenue, how to compensate, when to offer it, and who would administer it. Ethic concerns consist of the rich versus the poor. Ideas exist that the rich can be bumped up on wait list because they can pay for their needs, or the poor donate based on their financial need or gain. In either case, the payment for transplant or organ donation is prohibited in many countries. In summary, organ donation is a gift that keeps on giving, as one donor can save or change 1 to 50 individual lives. We discovered that statistics for organ transplantation and donation seem impressive. However, the data also confirmed a significant organ donor shortage in the United States. The facts provide a baseline of the importance of organ donation. However, the cost to cover all expenses of a living donor are extremely high. Although we found various incentives awarded to individuals who donate organs, but these financial incentives come with arguments detailing both pros, cons, and ethic concerns of the purpose of organ donation. Thank you for listening to and viewing my presentation.